Hey Aquarius, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works, leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, or even if I do, you can go check your other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus in total. And I will try to remember to post pictures of the spread at the end. All right, Aquarius, ready to talk here. Straight out of the gate, we've got something for you. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so we've got change of seasons, seasons of your life changing, change of seasons. There's a time and a season for everything, and everything's changing. So everything changes. I feel like I've repeated that now like 3 times. I don't really know what more to tell you. You might be feeling a little vulnerable. You're down here in your underwear. You've got spring, you've got fall happening, you've got a lot of change. This is typically external to you. Something in your environment is changing, shifting, moving, and your job is to just kind of stand there and watch it happen. And allow it to happen. You're not going to fight fall. No one's fighting the fall. You're going to experience fall. Honestly, between these 2 cards, I'm getting pumpkin spice latte. Like, go get yourself a pumpkin spice latte. Fall's coming. Celebrate it. Enjoy it. Don't fight it. Go along with it. Move with it. Surrender to it. Not just surrender to it, but celebrate this change. We're celebrating the change with the elixir of life here. This is really enjoying your body, taking care of yourself, taking care of your body, making sure you're getting the vitamin D you need with sunshine, making sure that you're eating nutritious food that is both delicious and nurturing. So this is about nurturing your body and enjoying the pleasures that our bodies have to offer, all the way from food to sexuality to massage, anything. This is just really taking care of yourself. That's why I'm getting like, don't just endure the change of the seasons in your life. Like, as a metaphor, don't just endure the change of the seasons of your life. Like, take pleasure in it and celebrate it with a little party or a pumpkin spice latte or a, I don't know, pumpkin pie. I mean, it's still pretty hot here, but fall is coming. We're right on that edge here where those trees are starting to turn a little bit, at least in my environment and at my latitude. So you're not just allowing these changes of seasons, but doing something for yourself to mark it, to mark this change in your life, doing something really nurturing for yourself. You know, and taking care of your body, celebrating your body. Maybe your body's changing. Maybe there's been some sort of change there, and you're here to celebrate it and to really take care of our bodies. Our bodies allow us to exist at all. So we should be definitely celebrating them and making. I mean, there's a lot of suffering in life, so I am all for grabbing the pleasures. Not grabbing, but accepting and allowing and taking the pleasures that are available to us as a way to sort of counteract some of the pains and sufferings that we endure. Everybody's going to get the flu someday, so why not balance that out a little bit with your whatever floats your boat, whatever brings you pleasure and joy to your body, because we all know we're all going to have some suffering. So let's make sure we're choosing pleasure when we can, not to be hedonistic or we're not talking self-destructive pleasure. We're talking nurturing pleasures, and then change of seasons. So. All right, Aquarius, this is your past, your present, your inner landscape, what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Man, this 4 of Swords has shown up on just about every reading. Take a nap, take a rest. Okay, so in your recent past, we have this King of Cups. This could have been an actual person in your life bringing you in some love, maybe some Zen energy, some emotional maturity. It's a court card, so it has to do with, you know, the king, things can be roiling around him and he's just calm and he's listening to his emotions. He's got that emotional maturity, which does not mean controlling our emotions, telling us what's appropriate to feel in any given moment, but allowing the emotions to come in, to flow as they will, because this is a cup, so we're flowing. We're allowing our emotions to come in and to flow as they will, and we're using it as information, just like we do with the touch information and the taste information that we get about, you know, whether something's safe, whether something's delicious or whatever. You know, we're using that information. So he's using his emotions in that same way, letting him know what he likes, what he doesn't like, what's going to work for him, what's not going to work for him. So a lot of emotional maturity. And gender, of course, doesn't matter. I'm using him just because it's a very easy way for me to talk about this card without having to specify or yeah. So it could be male or female. So there could have been someone in your life coming in with an emotional offering. Maybe during a tumultuous time, they were offering some steady support or some emotional support or something like that. I mean, the King of Cups, this energy is really looking out for everybody, looking out for our friends, our family, and providing emotional support and stability for all of our loved ones and all the people in our lives. So so you had this King of Cups energy in this past, and it could have been someone coming in with a really vulnerable, open offer of love and affection too. Because the King of Cups, unlike the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups is not armored up. He's not protecting himself. He can handle any kind of grief, any kind of sorrow, any kind of pain, any kind of emotional storm that comes at him, and he knows that, so he doesn't have to suit up in his armor. He's just very comfortable being vulnerable because... So there could have been, like, because he knows how to handle it. He's the king of vulnerability, king of emotions. So it could have been someone, you know, coming in with an offering of love, an offering of emotional support, friendship. Someone who's very emotionally strong was here. I feel like that should be some graffiti. Someone who is very emotionally strong was here. Like, I would love to see that. That would be really funny, really cool to see. I tend to really like graffiti a lot, like good stuff, not just tagging, but all of the tags can be very interesting too. Anyway, so we've got the Five of Cups here, and we've got a grief process. There's some sorrow here. This is why you got to take care of yourself, because there's something, we've got these cups. Wow, we got... Oh my gosh, you have 3 queens here. Some real powerful energy. Powerful feminine, more feminine energy. I mean, I'm just like talking about gender, doesn't matter, but there's, with 3 queens here, we've got some feminine energy going on. And so you could be male in touch with your feminine energy, although these are not necessarily internal to you. These could be external as well. So you've got this Five of Cups here, though. This is a grief process, crying over spilled milk. Something's happened, something's been lost, and it's very sad for you. The river keeps flowing, though. Things keep moving forward. Grief process is good. You need to go through it. If you don't go through a grief process for things that have been lost, I mean, I was going to say legitimately, but loss is defined by you, by what you experience, what you feel, not by other people. So whatever loss you have experienced, you are in a grief process. You have more. You have these 2 cups behind you, and you can just turn around and accept them. They're not going to, you know, that you have something. You haven't lost everything, but you have lost something. It's already happened. It's water under the bridge. It's part of the flow of life. This could be relating to some sort of institution somehow, or civilization, or some sort of, it could be a work situation or a, yeah, something like that. And then I'm not getting anything else off of that. I was hoping for more, but there's not. It's just that something's been lost and you're in the middle of a grief process. You do have, there's something to be hopeful for, something to be excited for, but you're not ready to do that yet. That's okay. That's okay. Don't let anyone push you through that grief process. We trust you to keep working through it and to get out of it. You're not going to get stuck there forever, but you got to go through it. So this could be related to these changes in your life, you know, realizing that, I think of life as a lot like a Yahtzee game. You know, at the beginning, you're going for things, there's things, and then somehow in middle age, you're like, okay, I'm going to get a goose egg on that one, I guess. I guess I'm taking a goose egg on my Yahtzee. You know, there's like things that you're not going to be able to accomplish. And that you start to realize, like, I guess I'm not going to have kids. guess I'm not going to have a big regular style career. Guess I'm not going to be a famous singer after all, you know? So there's these things that in life, as we change and as we go through the different stages of life, where we start to realize, like, and everybody's going to have things. There's not anybody that's going to, I mean, occasionally someone gets through a whole Yahtzee game without having to take a goose egg on everything. But from the little cards I have, nobody, and Yahtzee's such a dumb game too. It's like accounting, like, and like assessment and counting is just very interesting. It's not, I don't know. It is fun, but it's fun in like a spreadsheet fun kind of way. So anyway, this could be a little bit like having to take your goose egg on something in life, and realizing that you're gonna have to you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get Yahtzee. You're not gonna get four of a kind. You're not gonna get your large straight. And you've got to let that go. So with this card here, that's why I'm seeing the Yahtzee mentality. Here is that life is going to keep flowing forward, and we don't get to take advantage of every opportunity possible when we're in those stages. Like, very few people are going to get to do that. And then in your inner landscape is this Four of Swords. I think you're really wanting a nap or break from something. You're tired, either that or you're worried that you're going to have to take a break. This is the nap card. This is the preparing for the future. This is the taking a rest, taking a break card. And you might be someone that does not want to take a break. Maybe you're really resisting this like grief process, or you could be hoping for a break and just like, I need a break from these losses. I need a break from my situation. This is just the nap card, and it's in your hopes and fears. It's something you're thinking about, taking a break from something, and it's about reevaluating, and so you could be reevaluating your paths. I mean, especially if you've experienced a loss or you've had to take a goose egg on something, you could be reevaluating like your strategies at Yahtzee here. So this is a resting, taking time out to reevaluate and to prepare and to regroup. So this could be what's on your mind, what you're thinking about. What you'd like to do is do some reevaluation and some regrouping, especially if you're going through a season like this, where it's just like, okay, new era of my life, new time here. I need to really think about this and kind of regroup. And then what's at issue here is this Queen of Pentacles. So this is a sense of something that's supposed to have been yours. And I think that's what this grief process is about. Something that like you were really expecting to get a Four of a kind, and you worked on your Four of a kind. You rolled with the intention of Four of a kind, just about every roll, and you're not going to get your bonus on your upper now. So this is like a sense of, I don't want to say entitlement as in rudely, but you were expecting something. She has this pentacle is hers. So there's either like a lot of possessiveness, or there could actually be a sense of entitlement for something that like a negative sense of entitlement of something that you're not getting, but you feel like you deserved it. You feel like you earned it and you were ready for it. Something should be in your possession, but it's not. And not being very focused on, being very focused on what you don't have and not what you do have, but being very focused, see, like this card, being very focused on what you don't have, not what you do have, which is these two cups back here. And that's fine. You need to process that stuff, but it is creating a problem right now on focusing on what you don't have, which you felt entitled to and you felt should be yours. In your environment, this could be an actual person. This is Queen of Wands. This is someone who's incredibly intuitive, compassionate, growth. They're very in touch with their intuition and with how they see things, and with their inspiration. They could be very creative. They're strong. They're have a lot of patience. This is probably a person in your life, male or female, who does have a lot of patience and is very growth oriented, very much about inner growth, very much about seeing things, understanding things, and has a lot of patience. And your to-do list is this Eight of Pentacles. So this is either receiving a new opportunity or providing somebody else with an opportunity. You've got to, this is something you're taking action here. This is your action. This is your action card. This is what you need to be doing, the energy you need to be coming into, either being very receptive to money and or offering it. So this is a little bit of that flow of that wheel of material things, sort of like keeping, I mean, I wanted to say that with this is this Five of Cups, is keeping the flow going. Water was meant to flow. Money's meant to flow. A lot of things in life are just flowing. That's and we've got the King of Cups here who's able to handle that flow. So there is some sort of flow, some sort of moving on. With this change of seasons, I'm getting maybe even some grief about you can't cross the same river twice. So there's some flow, but you need to either be offering an opportunity or accepting an opportunity. This is possibly for work, accepting a job, maybe not the job you wanted, maybe not the job you expected to have or you felt like you deserved, but something, getting something moving, getting something flowing again. And even though it's a pentacle, it's not about flow. The flow part is these things. The pentacle, it could be about money, which is about flow. And this is about the exchange of money, the exchange of physical valued, like physical. It's physical, like money, or, well, our money is hardly physical anymore, but it's that sacred in the mundane. So there's something about work or about money or something that's typically very mundane, and an exchange needs to happen. Maybe even an acceptance. Maybe you need to accept that this is where you're at and that this is the job you're going to have for now. There could be a new opportunity coming in that you need to accept. And I mean that in a emotional way, not just a yes, I accept your job offer, but like you need to accept the money that you do have, because here she feels entitled to something. This is the Queen of Pentacles, and reversed. She feels entitled to something she may not have worked for, or she's worked for something and did not get it. So this is about accepting something, and it might not be this whole Queen of Pentacles, but it might be a new journey, it might be a new path, it might be a new job or a new career path, a new home, a new living situation that maybe isn't the ideal that you felt like that you think and could very legitimately deserve. But it might be like accepting that you've taken a goose egg on something, and you're not going to get your large straight, but accepting the small straight. You felt like you deserved the large straight, and maybe you did, but you might be needing to just accept a new beginning and accept a small straight here. Wow, this is quite the Yahtzee metaphor here. So let's see how I can shoehorn Yahtzee into the Queen of Swords here. So now the Queen of Swords is a possible outcome of where you might be going. So this is being very focused on being honest with yourself, being honest with other people, being very focused on what you need, on what you believe, on what you want. This is just having a lot of self-understanding that's very honest and very clear, and very clearly being able to communicate that to other people. So this is about where you stand. What's your truth? What's your understanding? What is true to you? And what is your idea, and what is it that you want? And this is being very clear on that, and being very focused on what you want and what is true for you. And yeah, just the Queen of Swords, she can cut shit out, but that's just because she's very focused. Like, I know someone who just really embodies this energy. They're kind, they're nice, but when they're at work in particular, they are so focused. They do not have time to say a bunch of namby-pamby to baby you through what they're here to say and what they need to say. And at first I found that very intimidating, and now I have a lot of appreciation for it. In particular because they can put that down and relate when it's time. But when they're focused and at work, they are having so much clarity, and they're not pussyfooting around. They're not cushioning anything, and it's actually very efficient once you get used to it and stop crying every time they talk to you. No, I did cry when they first talk to me. But once you get used to it, once you understand that they know what they're doing and they just don't want to deal with. So this is that energy. This is just like, you know what you're doing, you know what you want, you have a lot of clarity, and just don't pussyfoot around with it. Like, just come out and say what you want. So this is the energy where you're going, but first you have to maybe accept an opportunity that is something not what you thought you deserved. I don't want to say less than. I think I may have said that before, but I don't want to say less than. But you got to accept some sort of new opportunity coming in. May not be exactly what you were expecting or wanting, but it's time to accept that new opportunity, and then maybe later get some clarity and build a plan and regroup and reorganize things. But for now, your job is to accept a new opportunity coming in. All right, Aquarius, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and your comments. I like your comments. They're interesting to read what you got out of it or how it relates. So I like that. And anyway, I hope you have a great week. Thanks.